Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle and today we are doing another foundation wear test. This baby went absolutely insane on TikTok and also YouTube, so I definitely had to try it to tell you guys exactly how it works on my skin. Today we are testing out the brand new KVD Good Apple foundation. I'm not quite sure what that stands for anymore. I know it's not Kat Von D and it's not associated with her anymore, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. I'm going to be doing a full day wear test for you guys, and I also try it with a brush and a sponge so we can see what the best application is. We go through the coverage, the finish, the texture, everything like that. So if that's something you're interested in seeing how this foundation works and applies, then all you need to do is keep on watching. Alright, thanks for staying. Let's get right on into the details of this foundation. So this is the outer packaging. It's very pretty, very cute with the apple on it. It's still got that typical kind of like gothic kind of vibe from the KVD brand they've always had. And then the actual component is so pretty. I actually really like this. It's bigger than I thought it would be as well. It's just clear plastic packaging, and this is actually fully recyclable, which is one of the selling points of the foundation. I think that's really cool. I definitely think we're heading in the right direction. If more brands could do this, that would be great. I picked this up from Boots. They have now merged onto that. I don't think KVD was on there for a while, but obviously Debenhams is now going out of business, so KVD is now available on Boots' website. It's £29. I believe I got a discount on it. I can't exactly remember. That is quite a hefty price tag in my opinion. You only get 10 grams in it as well, so it's not the most amount of product. It is also available on their own website, and I believe maybe like ULTA or Sephora. I'm not quite sure in America. I'll leave links down below for you guys. I picked up the shade Light 002, which I believe is their fairest shade. Let me just check on that. Yes, this is their lightest shade, and it comes in 40 in total. And the range looks pretty good as well. It seems to be pretty even, so that's great news. I'll talk more in detail about the shade when I apply it, and we'll go into it more detail then. So this is the information directly from the KVD website. It's a foundation balm that's supposed to give you fast, lightweight and full coverage with a fresh matte finish. It's supposed to be not matte and not dewy, but an in-between, so pretty much a natural finish, I believe, and it's supposed to make your skin look like skin. They say it's high performance and lightweight, buildable coverage, and lasts all day. They say it's flashback free and non-cakey, and it's a vegan formula infused with apple extract and sodium hyaluronate. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but those are to hydrate the skin. They say it's creamy and, I can never say this word, non-comedogenic? I don't know. And that is supposed to minimize the appearance of pores for a smooth, healthy look. They say it's best for balanced or dry skin, but they also say that oily people can use it too. If you're new to my channel, I have combo oily skin, so we shall see how this lasts on me. And I can tell you if it's compatible with oily skin. One thing they do mention is some of the shades can actually come out a little bit differently to what they look in the pan, but they do have pictures of people with the foundation on, so maybe take a look at that. Maybe visit a few other reviews with different shades, and hopefully you can determine what will be closest to your skin tone. I am going to do swatches for you guys so you have a comparison to other foundations I own. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on the foundation. Let's get right on into the swatches. Okay, so let's quickly go through some swatches. So the first one we have is the KVD Good Apple foundation in the shade Light 002. Next we have the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator foundation in the shade 10 Ultra Fair. Then we have the Revolution Pro CC Perfecting foundation in the shade F.02. Next to that we have the NARS Soft Matte Complete foundation in the shade Siberia. Following along we have the Revolution Conceal and Glow foundation in the shade F.03. Then we have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Matte foundation, and this is in the shade 110. And then finally we have the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear in the shade 15 Porcelain. Hi. I'm still waking up, so please ignore the state of my hair. I have not brushed it, my face, just everything. I've already moisturized, primed, everything like that. I'm using the SMASHBOX Photo Finish Primerizer for my primer today. I just wanted to moisturize my skin today. I'm going to be doing my usual. I'm going to be trying this with a brush and a sponge, just so I can see which way I prefer to apply it, if it affects the finish, the texture, and the coverage. I'm hoping the shade is gonna be okay. I have a feeling this may not be my shade, and is probably too light. We're gonna go with it. If you're new here, my neck and chest are a lot lighter than my face, so I tend to go lighter, but I have a feeling this is too pale. We shall see. Before I do apply it, I think I'm gonna do a close-up of my skin right now so you can see the texture, discoloration, everything that we're working with. Let's zoom you guys in so you can see real up close. Obviously, I've got a little friend over here. It has had a little bit of dry skin around it, so see how it lays over top of that. You can see my pores. Everything. My freckles that we're gonna try and cover. I have a few fine lines on my forehead. I don't know if you can see them right here, but I do have them. A little bit of texture, you know, human skin. I have. But yeah, now you've seen up close and personal, let's try and apply this. I'm gonna first go in with the brush. It looks so glossy. It's so satisfying. It almost looks like it's part of the plastic. I'm just gonna dip in a little bit. Now, I've seen people say this is very full coverage, so we shall see. I'm just gonna, just gonna tap this on. Okay, this is very fair. The finish looks pretty though. I am using a little bit of a fluffier brush than what I've seen people use. I see people use quite like dense brushes. Whoa. Okay, I dipped in a little bit more into the pan and I definitely picked up a bit more product. This is going quite a fair way. This shade, by the way, is LITE 002. It said it had a neutral undertone. I feel like it's pulling a little bit more cool tone on camera. I do think it is a tad light though. My skin tone is slightly more yellow. I think you can see it on camera here. I think I would have been LITE 004, which I did originally try to get, but it was sold out, so I just went with the lighter shade. I'd rather go a little bit lighter and have to bronze up rather than go deeper and have to then cover up my neck and stuff, because it just clearly doesn't match. This is laying on the skin real nicely though. I look insane. I love how easy this is to apply with the brush. Very emollient, so it's just easy to spread. As you can see, it hasn't quite covered up the redness there, but the coverage is pretty decent. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see the difference. I am aware I look a little bit insane, but this will all even out in the end. It's just so smooth on the skin. Can you guys see? Like over top of my pores and everything. I just adjusted my lighting because I'm dealing with natural light at the moment, so it wasn't quite working for me. But yeah, this is what my skin looks like. It's really smooth on the skin. I know it hasn't quite covered up this redness here, but it's covered up a lot and it just is sitting real nice on the skin. So yeah, with the brush so far, I'm pretty happy. Let's try the sponge. Sponge is clean, by the way. I cleaned it this morning. Like, look how messed up I've made it from cleaning it. It's just stained, but I am going to use the clean side and I'm just gonna dip in, I think, because that's going to be the easiest way to do it. I imagine I'm going to get a lot lighter coverage wise, but we shall see. Yeah, it appears to be a little bit lighter in coverage, which is expected because the sponge is going to absorb some of it. It is still going a decently long way though, but I just have a lot more coverage over here. It's looking a little bit more mattified on the sponge side, not drastically, just a little bit. I just feel like maybe the sponge like absorbed a little bit of the moisture, which I don't really mind. Okay, so now it's all applied and everything, it actually looks okay. I feel like the color's slightly oxidized, but very little, and it's now pretty much the same as my neck. However, the undertone is slightly cooler. It looks more drastic on camera than what it does in real life, honestly. After this, I'm going to show you it in natural lighting because I do have my softbox. So I feel like it's just making it look a lot more drastic than what it actually is. But so far, this foundation looks beautiful. I definitely have a bit more coverage on the brush side compared to the sponge. You can still kind of see a little bit of redness coming through over here. I will just even myself out though. I will just say I can barely feel anything on my skin. It's very lightweight, but it still covers decently. Obviously, you can still see this redness over here. I may see if I can kind of build it up and cover that a little bit. I think my favorite part is the way it's kind of like seamlessly gone over my pores. It hasn't smoothed out as much on the sponge side. I can see over the brush it has kind of laid over a little bit better. To touch, there's, oh, actually, why does this feel like it's set down? But it still looks really dewy. What the heck? Okay, that has disturbed the product a little bit. It doesn't feel like tacky or sticky. I'm so confused. Like, look how shiny my face looks. My battery is flashing at me. I'm gonna quickly go even myself out on this side. It's now at 17 minutes past 11. We'll call the check-in time 1/4 because I finished this up a few minutes ago. I'm gonna go away, finish off my makeup and come back and we'll check in and see what it looks like. Hey guys, I'm still yet to do my hair and get changed and everything, but I just wanted to show you my face. It's now almost 5 to 1, so this has been on for around an hour and a half. I didn't do that much to my actual complexion. I just added a little bit of bronzer and blush. I did powder this down though, which I do with all my foundations because I do have oily skin, but it looks so good. This is one of the best looking foundations I have ever tried. In terms of the finish, it's like dewy and sheeny, but not over the top. I'm wondering how long this is gonna last on my skin. Am I gonna look like a drowned rat by the end of this? We shall see. It's so lightweight and it's not tacky, but it doesn't feel like powdery to the touch. This is a really nice finish for a foundation. I also can't believe how smoothing it is on the skin. Honestly, like, this is the best my kind of skin texture has looked in a while, and even though I've got that kind of spot, it went over it really easily. It didn't really have any problems. I did go over it with concealer because it was still shining through a little, but seriously, I'm loving my skin right now. I have a feeling I probably will get oily. Bearing in mind this is for combo dry skin, I believe, so it's not really tailored for my actual skin type. I'm gonna go ahead, finish up my hair, get dressed, and then I'll check back in with you guys later on in the day and we shall see if it looks this good by the end of the day. Alright, change of scenery. Please ignore my messy background. I still haven't sorted it since filming. It has been a little bit of time since the last check-in. It is now 20 to 3, so it's been like another hour or so since my last check-in, but I'm by the window. I just wanted to show you the foundation in natural light so you guys can really see. The sun isn't shining that brightly because it's a little bit cloudy, but let me show you it up close. So hopefully you can see everything really well now. I think I'm gonna include more of these in my foundation reviews. You can still see my pores like a little bit, but I haven't added highlight, by the way. This is all just the foundation, but it feels set. It's so weird. This is the kind of foundation I wanted in my life. I've still got fluff under my nose. Looking just now, it's looking a little bit disturbed over here. I don't know if I set that properly. But apart from that, everywhere else, it's looking really good. I'm just looking a little bit dewy, a little bit shiny, but I like that. Forehead. You guys can see more of my texture by here. But I'm super happy with this. Listen, skin is skin. I'm pretty much always gonna see pores, texture, you know, all that jazz. But I think my skin looks pretty good. Maybe see the shade a little bit better now. It is just slightly light, a little bit cooler than my natural skin tone, but with the bronzer and everything like that on, it doesn't look too bad, so I'm not really worried. I'm really liking the way my skin is looking. But anyway, I'm gonna go away for a few more hours, live my life a little. See you guys in a few more hours, although it'll be a few seconds for you. See you in a sec. Let's do a check-in. So it's now 10 to 8 in the evening. This has been on for coming up to 8.5 hours, is it? So it's been on for pretty much like a full working day, and as you can see, I'm looking a little bit shiny. I can see myself in the monitor. My forehead is like, I want to be the star of the show, you know? Let's take a look at this foundation up close. It's been quite a few hours, so I can see where I've like itched my face. Rubbed off on my chin a little. It also looks like it's kind of clinging on to maybe some dry skin where I've had like a spot or something. I do feel like my oils have just kind of attacked this one, but it hasn't really separated on the skin, which is great. But yeah, I'm just looking a little bit worse for wear, and I don't think I'd really powder this. It's got that kind of consistency on it where if I was to powder it, it would either oxidize the powder or start to break and go a bit patchy. I think that's what would kind of happen. This isn't the oiliest I've looked, but it's definitely like quite bad. Considering this is a foundation for more dry skin, I'd say it's held up pretty well, and maybe if I'd caught it earlier on and maybe powdered a little, it would have saved it for a little bit longer. My skin still looks really smooth though. I will say I can kind of feel it on my skin now. That could be because it's feeling a little bit heavier because it's like absorbed my oils basically. I think I'm gonna wear it for maybe 2 more hours or so, get in a few more hours wear of it, and then I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit just to see if there's any changes. I doubt there will be, but I'm gonna keep going. I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it's now 2 minutes past 10, so it's been another 2 hours and I am ready to wash off my face. I'm still looking very oily. I think I've got a little bit more oily than the past 2 hours. The actual foundation still hasn't really like broken down. In places it's kind of like faded and disappeared, but it hasn't gone like completely patchy. It's completely come off the tip of my nose. I blew my nose earlier, so it's completely gone from there. It's just very movable at the moment. It feels very oily on my skin. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because I did really like the finish of it and how smooth my skin looked and everything, but it's just not really lasted that long. But again, it's not meant for my skin type, so considering it has lasted decently, I would wear it again because honestly that's one of the best finishes I've ever had on a foundation, so it is pretty impressive. I think if I was to go one shade down, I think it was like 004, that would have been like my perfect shade. I think the claims of the finish is like really bang on, and what they said about the foundation is bang on. I imagine this to be ideal for more combo skin. I did just watch Taylor Wynn's review of this, and she has like more combo dry skin, and she really didn't like it. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird one. I feel like people have been giving like varied reviews on this. I will update you guys on what I think about this after a prolonged period of trying it. I'll do a little review reflection video and we'll talk over some products, and I'll include this. Do I think it was overhyped? 100%. I think a lot of things that come from like TikTok, Instagram and all those kind of things are very clickbait, with people just striping a load of product on and looking really impressive with the coverage and everything like that. It really draws people in and gives people FOMO almost, you know? I do think it was overhyped, but it is a very nice foundation, and again I do really like the finish. As it stands as a first impressions after a full day wear, I like it. I just wish I wasn't this oily, you know? You can almost see yourself in my forehead, you know? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried it and what your experience was, and if you're considering buying it. If you are, I hope this helps you decide whether you're gonna take the plunge or not to purchase it. Yeah, I'm gonna now stop blabbing your ear off. I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. If you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel out. And if you're new, I hope you decide to stick around. I do lots of videos like this. I've got a whole playlist of foundation reviews. So if you're looking for content like this in your subscription feed, why not subscribe? All you need to do is hit the red button down below and the little bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next, which is every Monday and Thursday. But yeah, on that note, I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.